Staying with that story now, with minority groups in the UK being encouraged to back the Black Lives Matter movement. There have been several of these protests across the country to highlight what demonstrators believe is systemic racism across the UK. Let's get this report now from London on why some communities feel they have a duty to voice their support.
Dozens of young people spread across a busy junction. Their message, honk for BLM, and lots of drivers are responding to their call. Everyone here is Jewish. They're not congregating for a religious event, but to express unity with Black Lives Matter. That's because past experiences of persecution have made Jews acutely aware of the importance of tackling racial intolerance.
Unfortunately for Jewish people, we know only too well, regardless of the colour of our skin, that hatred and oppression and prejudice has long been part of our history, including in our modern history, in our family's history.
We shall not stand idly by the shedding.
Raymond is the son and grandson of Holocaust survivors, and he thinks Jews have a responsibility to speak up against anti-black racism.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for showing up.
That's why JW3, a Jewish community centre in London, has hosted events like this one, a virtual panel discussion, viewed by thousands and featuring the country's Shadow Justice Secretary David Lammy, a vocal supporter of Black Lives Matter. Raymond hopes these talks will help trigger more understanding and ultimately activism amongst Jews.
The British Jewish community has been so focused on the issues of anti-Semitism and the problems we faced. I think that's made white British Jews, and the vast majority of the British Jewish community are white, I think made them much more sensitive to these issues of racism. We as a Jewish community have been calling on Muslim leaders and Christian leaders and blacks and people of all backgrounds to stand side by side with us, to say enough is enough on issues of anti-Semitism. And now we all need to stand together in unity.
The Muslim Council of Britain, representing hundreds of mosques nationwide, shares that vision. It's telling black people that your pain is our pain. Muslims were the victims in half of all religious hate crimes recorded by the police last year, and the council stresses that they should draw upon the Quranic teachings of empathy and equity when it comes to black rights.
There is a moral value, as well a moral duty, as well as a religious duty on every Muslim to speak up against injustice, to speak up against discrimination, and to say it loud that we are all equal, everybody should have equal chances.
Places of worship like this mosque might still be closed to large gatherings due to coronavirus. Only individual prayer is permitted. But that hasn't stopped the Muslim and Jewish communities from coming together. They want to make it clear that the battle against racism is not one to be fought alone. Benji Hyer, London.